All right, I just saw Epic, the Baz Luhrmann Elvis concert movie. I enjoyed it more than the movie that he made about Elvis. And I'm telling you what, I've seen a lot of the more familiar Elvis live stuff. I've heard a lot of Elvis live stuff on, Elvis radio on Sirius. Yeah, I know. And boy, did this movie capture more than how we know Elvis. He just was even more of a jokester than we realized. Likable behind the scenes. I realize you're only catching a small percentage, and he's, reacting to the camera, but it's more personal video than for the public. We talk about the 250th birthday of the country. Now, I am a fan of history, big time. I love hearing about the founders and, the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Coast Guardsmen, merchant marines who, saved us from the madness of fascism and the Axis powers. But to me, if you're going to tell the story of 250 years of this country, it has to include other people. It's got to include people like, Jonas Salk. And it's got to include somebody like Elvis. In a world with tens of millions of people killed in World War II, at first Elvis was seen as this sexual, demon recruiting creature. But when you got right down to it, he tore down the walls between us. The races in our country, opened hearts. Obviously, there was plenty left to deal with there. But he also was a great ambassador for this country to the world. And what a one-of-a-kind performer. You talk about leaving everything on the stage. I mean, we've seen the footage. But I'm telling you, they really dig into the sweat, the kinetic energy of the man, and the way they flipped between recorded and recording sessions and then the real deal on the stage. It just gave you a sense of the horsepower, the explosiveness of Elvis. The thing that makes me sad is you couldn't be much younger than me and have any memories of seeing him in concert. And that's sad. I was 8 years old and I heard the news on the radio and I just couldn't believe it. And you know what? Darn near a half century later, I still can't believe it. I know it'd be a coin flip if he were about him, potentially still being with us today. But boy, talk about doing him justice. And not just the songs we're super familiar with. Yeah, what a powerhouse. And you know what? You could say somebody's nice for the cameras, nice for the fans, nice when they have to be, but you see, we've had hints of this before, but the Jordanaires, the backup singers, and everybody behind the scenes, they were at ease. And you didn't see that with most of the other megastars in the music world over the decades. Just one of a kind. And I just hope young people get educated about this guy. Man, because he opened the door for a great many things in the world of music and made the world a little more fun too, Let your hair down. Hey, guess what? I don't want to go to a Cardinal game in 1965 and it's 98 degrees out. I can understand people. I can see the people who regret the loss of formality, but I'm telling you what, being formal everywhere you go, no thank you. Elvis changed the world in a lot of ways, and gosh, it's sad that he left us the way he did. And I was going to say one more thing, and I can't quite think of it, but the way he affected women. It didn't matter if you were 9 years old or 90, and he'd kiss any one of them. You know, of course, a little girl on the cheek. And I'll tell you what, one of the more touching parts, too, is some girl who had, you know, I would imagine some kind of cancer, came in on cheap crutches, not only dealing with illness, but clearly just didn't have much going into whatever she was dealing with. It just, you know, from the heart, and he got a lot done. And I just hate that Colonel Tom Parker was the monster that he was. You know, some things may be overblown, some things may be unfair that were portrayed in the movie, but hey, the Vegas stuff's legendary. But having him do 3 shows a day and keeping him in there is like, to me, having a dog in a cage. And he wanted to travel the world. I'm telling you what, it's a crime that we don't have footage. Elvis in Wembley, Elvis in Paris, Elvis in Tokyo. The world really deserved that taste, especially in Japan, where they were crazy about him for decades after he passed. That's one of my screwy little fantasies. And I don't know if that scene, I guess, has declined a little bit, perhaps, I don't know. But all the karaoke places in Japan, Elvis themed, just like we're caught in the trap, you know. And I don't know how fine-tuned the Japanese ear is. I don't know how much I could sound like Elvis, but I damn will try. These are the kind of things you come up with when you don't have a family and you have time on your hands. Anyway, but Epic Elvis, good stuff. Now, I don't know if you can see it on IMAX after this. IMAX was just a perfect ingredient. But there are still chances to see Epic Elvis performing on stage. Great samples, great stuff, and just a magical time in America when you talk about the arts and stuff. And man, oh man, music appreciation class. You know, Gershwin and all that stuff is great, but to me, Elvis is everything. Every kind of music, and brought just about every kind of instrument into play. So there you have it.